Good morning, everybody. I hope you all survived the weekend intact. I hope today is going well, or at least better. If you are catching this after the live stream, feel free to skip forward. And once again, my professionalism kicks in. Okay, I hope that's better. To reiterate, I hope you all survived the weekend. I hope this day is going well, or at least better than the last few days. Oh yes, if you are encountering this once the live stream is finished, feel free to skip forward 5 minutes, because this is the make sure everything's working section and the recap. When last we were in the long dark survival mode, quelle surprise, what a surprise, we're playing the long dark. I was in the process of trying to get enough salt to build the meat curing box. That is actually my big goal, apart from surviving, which necessitates going out on a regular basis to find salt. I need 8 kilos of the stuff, and I'm not quite sure how much I've got now. I think about 4 kilos. I need to make regular trips to the mine. Ooh, I need to go to the mine, because I didn't collect salt from there. The major threat to my survival at the moment is the bear that patrols around the Misanthropes Island, across the ice, back towards the Quonset garage, which is where I am. I thought I'd shot it. I thought that was the bear that mauled me twice a couple of live streams ago, but it wasn't. It was a different bear. So that's something I may need to take care of. There's also the possibility of a moose spawning nearby. However, I am told that that is actually a fairly rare event. That is a rare moose spawning spot. So we'll see how that goes. Right, having gotten everything out of the way, let's be about it. And it is very late. I can't remember what time do I have food on me? Oh, I've got salt. 2.5 kilos of salt, but no food. Let's go grab food. Wrong way. Once again, my direction finding is showing up. Oh, I got enough rabbits to rebuild my beloved hat. And because I'm paranoid, let's check. No moose there. Oh, I do have the rifle.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Yeah, the bear apparently does come up on this road, which is always slightly nerve-wracking. I've never yet seen it crossing the ice, however. Obviously it has to, I've just never been around to see it. I normally see the bear crossing in front. The cave is right opposite, which I believe I have said. So I've also encountered it around the other side of the island, near the trader's box. So anyway, we'll see. I've got various wolf carcasses scattered around. I wouldn't mind collecting some of those. But in the morning we will be hunting for salt. I'm going to be double checking these houses. In principle, there might be a bag of salt, which would be very, very handy. And before I go to bed for the night, let's see how much salt I actually do have. He's going to complain, of course. That seems to be Mackenzie's thing. If in doubt, complain. I'm being unfair. Oops. And where else can I check? Did I stash any anywhere else? Don't know. Nope. Oh, didn't realise I could leave. Did I know I could leave the gas station at that point? I must have done, surely. Be silly of me not to if I didn't realise that. Okay, so I think that's all the salt I have, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not.
This gear's starting to slow me down.
Alright, how much salt have I got then? The quickest way to find out is to go down to the... Where's the meat curing table? Meat curing box. Oh, look at that! I have more than enough salt, which is good. I thought I didn't. So, guess what we're building tomorrow? I must admit, I didn't think I had that much, but I must have collected... Well, obviously I collected more than I thought. Or the last time I checked, I didn't check carefully enough. And I do have fur stashed away. That's F-I-R, not F-U-R, just in case anybody was wondering. Sorry, that's a terrible joke. That is in fact a really bad joke. I apologise for that. I hope I didn't cause too many people to slap their heads and say, I can't believe he made such a very, very poor joke. I am sincerely sorry. I wish I could promise I'll never do it again, but I can't. Where did I put my fur? Oh dear, I did it again. I think I stashed it. Where did I put it? Does anybody remember? Hands up if anybody remembers where I stashed. I still don't know why I've got one piece of reclaimed wood in there. Where did I put the stuff? I didn't use it, did I? That would have been a foolishness. No, that's empty. Yes, I know, I've checked in here already. Where did I put it? Back to searching the lockers. Ah, here we go.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Yeah, he's got actually good reason to complain, I think, at this point. And I need that. Okay, meat curing box. Look at this. Oh, brother. I would have to get that one, wouldn't I? I haven't had cabin fever in some considerable time. Yes. Right. Where's my meat? Where does it? Is it in my inventory? Yes, it's 10 kilograms. Oh, all right. So, I don't actually know how this works, so I will drop it here. What? Okay. So I have a bit of a challenge. Oh, I know. I can test it out, can't I? Oh, look at me moving like a spring lamb. Because I'm only 2.5 kilos overweight. Well, let's stick the salt away. And I have some rabbit out here, so let us see how this might work. So now I'm curious. Yeah, let's
Too heavy.
see how this does it. I don't have to carry the silly thing on me while I'm... Alright. Okay, so... Yes. And what do I do now? Oh, this is not encouraging. If anybody knows how to use this, speak now. Ooh, what's that? Oh yes, spare pry bar. It's a decoration, which doesn't help me at all. So, oh, it's not drag and drop. Alright, what does it actually say about this thing? How do you use it? Meat curing box. A salt-filled curing box for meat or fish. Okay. I don't have to it would be profoundly silly if I had to I went to all that trouble and I can't. It's not intuitive. There's no actions. It just comes up as a decoration. Huh. Alright. You know what I'm going to do? Cheat. Sorry. Long dark meat curing box. Okay. Curing. Meat curing box. Uses salt. Both versions? And can only store raw meat, raw fish or salt. Okay, apparently not necessarily rabbit. Curing. Okay, so I need... Okay. Alright, I'm not sure that helps. So basically I need to kill another dead animal to use it. Does rabbit not qualify as meat?
Might have to drop some gear.
I mean, you can in principle. Can in principle salt down rabbit. I'd see no reason why you shouldn't. When raw meat or fish, they start to cure. Okay. I do need to renew the salt, it seems. Alright. So, I have to shoot something. Oh, there's my friendly local wolf. I wonder if it is the friendly local wolf. Oh, do I really want to provoke a fight with it? I'm not sure I do at this point. I may have little choice. If there's a single wolf that has been most responsible for attacking me, it's probably that one, simply because you come backwards and forwards and bingo, there's the wolf. This, by the way, is not a safe spot. Moose can attack up there. There's a deer. And 2, 3 wolves on the ice. So 2 wolves. Seems almost perverse to have to kill something just to try something out, but apparently rabbit won't do it. I could always go fishing. That's always a possibility. Might get me the bear as well if I do that. Actually, that's not a bad idea, heading out to there. Simply because if I've got a cabin fever, that's a good spot to recuperate from that. Wonder if wolf counts. Oh, I'm gonna have to face it sooner or later. Hopefully don't get sandwiched between it and the bear. That would not make my day, to put it mildly. Yeah, there he is. Oh, alright. Alright, let's check out these houses. I know I've done this before, but I have been encouraged to maybe check again. It's entirely possible I missed it. Okay, oven's empty. That's empty. Empty, empty, empty. One would expect that 10 kilograms of salt would be fairly obvious. Keep heading for the control button even though I remapped crouch and run to the mouse. I can't remember which buttons. I mean, I know which buttons it is, I just can't remember what numbers they are. And what's the likelihood of salt being in the bedroom? I would say pretty unlikely. Yeah, looks like I did a moderately good job of clearing this house out. Apart from cloth. Oh, let's check over here. It's not late enough for me to spend night. There, I did stumble over my words. It's not late enough for me to stumble over my words. It's not late enough for me really to go sleep in the car. Or, yeah, I forgot. I could head for empty, empty, empty. Oh, it looks like I did a moderately good job of clearing everything out, doesn't it? I won't take that water. I'll save it for later. Not that I really need it. And from what I've seen, the bag of salt is pretty obvious when you see it. And I'm told it's actually in, well, I don't know about, I'm told that if there is the salt bag, it's in one of the houses in this area, but I haven't triple checked that. I think I checked this house during the last live stream, didn't I? We shall see. Shelf. Oh, never mind. I'll check upstairs anyway, although why anybody would haul 10 kilograms of salt upstairs is would be a little mysterious. Nobody left it in the bath, did they? I'm sure there's somebody somewhere who extols the virtues of a saltwater bath. Although my limited experience of spending time in the sea tends to indicate first thing you do is get out and have another bath to clear off the salt water. Don't have a huge amount of experience swimming in the sea, just a bit. And mostly when I was very young, now that I think about it. I was wondering, why am I moving so slowly? Yes, the obvious answer is I'm going into the wind. Oh, there's Mr. Wolf. Now, in principle, if I can hop onto this car. Don't think the pathfinding allows them to climb up on the car. I haven't used this car for this purpose before, but in, where was it? Pleasant Valley. There was a car there I used to essentially ambush wolves. Although I suppose it would be more accurate to say I just stood out in the open and gave them the opportunity to get irritated at me. Alright, let's see what this does. Oh, great. It did that whole, well, you're going to lose the... Alright, mental note to self, don't reload while standing on the car. Let's see if I did. I hit him. Well, that's one less problem. Apparently you can, just saw out the corner of my eye, you can in fact cure predator meat. And if you do that, you won't get parasites. Not that that's been a massive problem for me. Oh, he went up this way. I might as well do final checks here. Doesn't seem too hopeful, does it? Oh, socks, which I don't really need. All right, no. One more house that I can quickly check. Couldn't determine if I was crouched or not there. Now I get nervous every time I realise that the bear isn't in front of Misanthrope Island. Nope, nobody, nope. Alright, so I've actually got to go out and murder something. Just, mind you, meat that doesn't stink would be profoundly useful, which is of course why I'm doing this. 10 kilograms of salt would also be profoundly useful. If anybody's interested, I did stream a bit of Green Hell yesterday. Got an observation or two about that. Even at a fairly easy levels, you've really got to watch your step. I got bitten by a snake and then by a tarantula, which is rather improbable because tarantula venom is actually pretty harmless to humans, unless I suppose you get anaphylactic shock from it. So there's my dead wolf over there, or a dead wolf, I wonder. Oh, I just realised this is kind of an excursion where I'd really want to build a fire. Yeah, there's 2 dead wolves. If they're there tomorrow, I may go and strip them of their fur. Don't think I've got any. No, I don't. Oh, actually, I just realised I should also take the meat as well, so I can experiment and see. Yes, this is my unhealthy paranoia. Trying to remember the last time I saw Mr. Bear on this road. I think he was actually heading over that way. I was much happier when I didn't realise it would come up on the road. Okay, let's
I need to drop something.
Now what we're going to do is wait for a bit and then head to the car for the night. I guess my plan to go and spend the night in the fishing hut is in abeyance. The only problem with fishing huts is if oh mind you, the same problem applies to a car. If a blizzard brews up, then that's not necessarily the best place to be. Yeah. It is kind of weird though that I've never actually seen the bear on the ice. Did I tell you about the time I aggroed both a bear and a moose simultaneously? Yeah, that was interesting. Trying to remember, I don't think either one of them actually got to me. I think I did scare them away, and I don't think I killed either one of them. Then I think that was when a blizzard blew up, and this was Desolation Point. Made my way back to the lighthouse where I was staying, and in the middle of the blizzard, I hear and see this moose looming through the drifting snow, and fortunately, I was able to scare that off. Time. Yeah, it's getting on. Well, at the very least we can actually I could just go sleep in the car right now. Nice and cozy. I don't recommend sleeping in a car. I've tried it once. It was not particularly comfortable. In fact, I didn't get any sleep at all. Oops, I forgot. If you're sleeping outside like this, 2 hours at a time.
It's gonna get a lot colder soon.
Wow, it is really dark out there. I hope I don't have to. I hope I don't have to exit in a hurry. Oh, no. Apparently not. Looks like. And that fixes the cabin fever issue, which is good. Especially if I can find the door. There we go.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Hang on a second, let me close down the wiki. Yes, I know, I cheated. Right. I wouldn't mind grabbing a wolf fur or two, or three. So, have I got wood here? I do. I don't know why I have sticks there. Oops, don't need that.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
I don't need the sticks. Don't need that. What am I carrying that's now so heavy? Oh well, apart from 2.5 kilos of that. Oh, I also need to remake an arrow or two, don't I? I forgot about that. And I'm carrying, yeah. Let's put those away. Look at me being all organized. Okay. You're full. Oh, are you kidding me?
This stuff will come in handy.
I've been in here all this time and I haven't searched these drawers. Oh, that's funny. Huh. Oh, that is terribly amusing, it has to be said. Alright, I'll stick, what shall I stick in there? Ah, brother. That was foolish. And why am I carrying birch saplings? That doesn't make any sense. What else am I carrying that I shouldn't really be? Yeah. Oh, I can put that away. I don't need 2 hatchets. I'm only carrying 1 kilo of charcoal, which for me is actually pretty good. Normally I end up carrying far more than that. Where did I put my rabbit skins? Ah. Okay, so those are almost ready. That's not. That's cured. Let's go and see if I can't grab some more wolf skins.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, he's going to hate what I do next. Has to be said something about crossing the road as a extreme sport. I probably left it too long to... Oh, that deer's persistent. Looks like I'm going to have to do something constructive here. Or is that the correct expression? Didn't hit them though. No, a bit of a waste of ammunition. Yeah, that meat's not in very good condition. Do I want to risk lighting a fire? Let's see what happens. Definitely not what I would recommend. Oh, got one. It seems to be happy to stay over there, which is fine by me. Oh, that's weird. Are you going to have another bash at me? Oh, I'm so glad I didn't end up caught in a blizzard. Just in case the bear decides to loom out. Am I even heading the right way? Now, that would be profoundly annoying if I turned out I'm heading completely the wrong way. Good news is, I do have some time to... Yep, I'm pretty certain I'm heading the wrong way. Even though I would have sworn this was the direction towards the... Yeah. Almost certainly... To say this was profoundly foolish is now putting it mildly. Oops, as they say. Ah, aha, I see trees. Trees is good. All I could do now is figure out where the heck I am. Ah, okay. What do we reckon? Left or right? How far did I...
to escape this cold.
How far did I drift? Oh. Okay. Yeah, I got no idea which direction I went in, and I don't necessarily recognize where... Ah, yes, I think I've gone the wrong way. And so we will head back this way. Pretty certain I went the wrong way. Yes, of course I did. I'm sorry, that was silly. Yeah. Still, if I keep the ocean to my left side, I should end up somewhere. And it almost doesn't matter. As long as I don't encounter the bear. And that would be contraindicated. Wow, yes, either I went a very long way in the wrong direction while I was on the ice. Well, yes, obviously I did. Good news is, even when you've got your hypothermia risk, you do have a surprising amount of time to get to shelter. As I have demonstrated previously. Interestingly, I haven't come across that sort of blockage in the road, so it's entirely plausible I simply ended up on the western side of the highway. Because in principle, if I keep going down here, there is a pretty good, there's an obvious blockage in the road. If I hit that, then it means I've gone past the garage. But at least if I do go past that, I do encounter that, I know that I just need to turn round. Of course, if I don't pay attention, I could just walk straight past, but I think we're here. Yes, I think we are. Yeah, I'm at the... There we go. I did go way out of my way. Here's the... Here's the garage. Wow, that was not a great way to spend the day. I hope that illustrates that while I don't recommend going out into blizzards for fun and profit,
I might have to drop some gear.
It's quite survivable. So, okay, so what I'm going to do now is harvest my broken arrows. Where's my broken arrows gone? Oh, there we go. Oh, and it's still early in the day, as a matter of fact. And I didn't need that. Mainly because I was taking a risk. And let's grab... Oh! Must have been carrying an arrow shaft on me for no good, well, for this kind of purpose. Ooh, too heavy! Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to have room for that. How many arrows have I got? 8? 9? 10? Oh, I've got a fire-hardened arrow. Oh, no idea why I have got a fire-hardened arrow. I don't tend to use them. Yeah, I don't know why I don't like using fire-hardened arrows. They work just fine. I've got a slight suspicion, but it's purely subjective, that I feel, I hate that word, I feel like I'm more accurate with regular arrows. Oh, I've gone through some ammo. Oh, those rabbit pelts should be ready soon. 3 wolf pelts. I do need some ptarmigan, as a matter of fact. Oh, I've got some proper wood there. So, did the weather magically improve while I was doing that? Yes, surprisingly. This is getting to be a habit. Stick my head round the corner, make sure the moose hasn't respawned. Although from what I gather, it's not hugely likely. I either got lucky or unlucky, depending on your point of view. Yeah, let's go do some fishing. I'll go grab some wood. And water. And who knows, maybe I'll get lucky and the bear will come out to play. I'm not sure if that's lucky or not.
Too heavy.
I do have... yes, yes, and yes. Yeah, once you start to get paranoid in this game, every suspicious black lump, well, every black lump turns suspicious. even though with a few moments of observation one can generally see that there isn't particular cause for alarm. This little group all got victimized by me. I wonder...
Something's gotta go.
If nothing else, the fish will allow me to test out the curing box. Ooh, is that a fire or a dead wolf? Well, the problem... Oh, there's Mr. Bear. This is now very tempting. Let's see. Yeah, this is pretty much where I shot it last time. I literally lured it into range. Come on. Aha. Nope. Yeah. This is a trick I've done before. Nope. Come on. I'm here. Right here. Oh, old heart rate went up. Nope. I'm at the edge of his detection range. So, in principle, if I can get him close enough, I should just be able to duck in here. This is slightly nerve-wracking. Well, here he comes. That was fortuitous. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay. And award for best shot of the day goes to moi. Oh, that is ludicrously lucky. So what we'll do is we will... Hang on a second. How long does it take me to quarter it? It takes 2 hours, so I want 2 hours of fire. Remind me not to go backwards into the fire after I've done this. And I see I've been streaming for an hour now. So, what I am going to do is take temporary shelter in here and give my bladder its hourly exercise. That's not the first time I've had a one-shot kill on a bear. In fact, I think it's the third. And I've done it twice with a bow and once with the rifle. Hello, little nugget. You catch me just in time to for me to take a quick break, I'm afraid. But I'll be back in 3 or 4 minutes. And hopefully you admired my tactics and my shooting just then. Anyway, I will be back very shortly. Don't go anywhere. And I'll be right back as soon as I remember which buttons I'm supposed to press. I think it is that one. And that one. And I'm back, and I just realised I didn't pause the game. That was silly. Let's go. Yep, I'm back. Let's go and grab this wolf. Well, the fur at any rate. And hopefully so I'll pick up some bear. I won't grab too much. I'll do most of that tomorrow. But those let's reload.
Gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
So that gives me 3 days, and here come the wolves. Of course they do. It's a bit unavoidable at this point. I'm stinky and they're running away. Why couldn't you have run the other way? That would have been a much better option for me. And you're just going to be right slap bang in the way, aren't you? That's one. Don't know why you're coming after me. There's a nicely quartered bear over there. That is an awful waste of ammunition, but so this one should be dead in the morning, and this one should not be, because I don't think I hit it. Oh, yeah. I hadn't even noticed. Alright, that was a highly successful day. So, apparently the meat curing box will take 20 kilos of meat. And I have got myself a bit of a respite, I think. So, tomorrow... Yes, tomorrow will be a collect and cure day, I hope. Yep, it's not coming anywhere near me. And the deer population is relatively safe for now, certainly from me. Not too bad. I can't remember if you saw the Green Hell live stream yesterday. I've got to chop that up a bit because I had a let's find out what's causing a problem stream. Oh, right, okay. And then I'll strip out the tutorial on its own into separate videos. I'll probably do that later today. From what I gather, by the way, with a bow, now I don't know about the skill level, you can get a 25% chance on a critical shot if you shoot them in the head. So, I don't know whether that counted as shooting in the head. Well, that's okay. You don't have to apologize. Well, that's very kind of you. I appreciate that. I can't remember, Little Nugget. What time is it for you? Oh, now I'm blushing. Oh, right, okay. That puts you arguably somewhere in the United States. Assuming that's 4:05 in the morning. If it's not 4:05 in the morning, I don't calculate that too well. Oh, in Texas. Six hours behind. Wow, I don't envy you working nights. So when I get 20 kilograms of that stuff, I'll stuff it in the curing box and cook the rest. So a bull hauler. Okay, does that mean you literally haul male cattle, or has that got some other meaning that I'm not familiar with but should be? Given that I did live in the United States for 16 years.
Pack is getting kind of heavy.
Alright, let's get through the night and then go and grab the rest of everything. Oh! Oh wow. That sounds like not a bad deal, but I imagine costs might be high. Oh, this is really strange. Oh, I was going to say, this is really strange. YouTube chat isn't showing anything. No, then I realised you're on Steam. Oh, goodness. Sounds a lot more adventurous and dangerous than anything I ever got up to, because all I was a systems engineer. Although I did once have to take a revolver into a workplace at my manager's request because there was a possibility of violence from a guy we were investigating. Oh right, okay. Do you have your own truck? Sorry, if I'm being nosy, I apologise. Oh right, okay. So you've obviously got expenses on the truck, insurance, possibly payments, wear and tear, that kind of thing. Alright, you can ask. I may or may not answer the question. Oh right, okay. So, of course, yes. I'm sorry. I was thinking something like the cab from an 18-wheeler, but that would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Oh, nice. Very nice. I'm trying to remember if I ever drove an F350. I did actually drive an F250, which was a loan car while my vehicle was in for repair, and they provided me with. And I think it was actually for. It was a recall to replace the dashboard, and I think they gave me an F250, which was really quite an amazing experience, driving down the interstate in Tucson, much, much bigger and higher off the road than everybody else. That was, I have to admit, endlessly entertaining. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot. Wow, that ain't cheap. Let us drop our wolf. I have never had two bearskins at once. This is a first. At least I don't think I have. Well, I don't know why I'm being slightly nervous out here now. Ah, that's the way to do it if you're going to be travelling long distance with a recalcitrant bull in the back. Which inevitably brought up visions of a large and recalcitrant bull somehow reclining on the rear seats. So, let's see if any of the wolves over here survived. I know one of them didn't. And there's the other one, who will almost certainly... Oh, there's two. I thought I killed one of them. That's... Oh, wow. Okay, there were 3 wolves over here. I guess I'm going to have to... deal with them in a minute. In a way, I'd prefer not to. That's the one I skinned last night.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Oh, I'm carrying too much. And... Alright. I think I saw blood from that hit. Yep. Oh my goodness, it sounds like you make a decent living, little nugget. My son is potentially interested in becoming a 18-wheeler driver, although I suspect that's because he really enjoys trucking simulators. But he has expressed a desire to drive a road train in Australia. I can't remember if I mentioned that. I told him if he did that, I would save up, come to Australia, just so that he could drive me across the outback. I would literally fly in, get on his truck, get driven across the outback, and fly out. And that is something I would do.
Feels like a lot of gear.
If he could stand my company for 3 or 4 days. Because that would be a heck of a way to see the outback. Okay, no, you're going to run away. That's very wise of you, Mr. Wolf. And they should all be safely dead. In fact, I think that's one of them over there. It's either that or a fire I built on the ice. Oh well, this is slow and boring, but I really didn't think I'd be able to build that meat curing box today. And all I've got to do now is figure out how to use it. Don't know how that works. Oh, there's the deer again. Oh, I just remembered. Oh, do I still have... There's still that wolf in the background over there. I don't know... You know, I can't remember now. You know, did I kill it? I don't... Did I? Yes, I did shoot it, didn't I? Because it ran off... It ran off over that way. So, maybe I'm safe. You're safe, miss. Or Mrs. I was reading somewhere recently, I think it was today, that moose in Alaska cause, I think it's 40 fatalities and 500 injuries every year, mostly in car accidents. And that's more than bear attacks in the same state. So mind you, any car running into a 1,200-pound moose is not going to necessarily come out of that particularly well. One road I went down infrequently was Route 395, I think it was, in Nevada, what they call the extraterrestrial highway, because it goes past Area 51, and the by now infamous Rachel, Nevada, home of the little alien, which was featured in the X-Files, although that wasn't actually the bar in question. But in the bar itself, they do have pictures of what happens when a car hits a cattle, because 395 is essentially open range. You can literally be driving along and then there's a bunch of cattle by the side of the road, so they do not appreciate it if you hit them. And the damage done to a car is substantial, is putting it mildly. The little alien was interesting. I mean, I had to stop by. I did in fact have a memento from there at one point. The bartender in the little alien told me that most UFO sightings in the region came out of a bottle of Jim Beam. Actually, the reason for UFO sightings in that region is, well, firstly, it's, I say, not that far. The F-117 was worked up in Tonopah Air Force Base, which is, I say, up the road. Yeah. And secondly, Groom Lake's primary purpose was as a, or it started out as an airfield for testing. Actually, it started out as an airfield for testing the U-2. So it was a secret airbase, and the people who actually started using it was Lockheed Martin, and they needed a place where they could test out the U-2, and Groom Lake was picked as a prime spot. So all conspiracy theories about aliens put to one side. No, Groom Lake started out life as a testing ground for aircraft. So when you get aircraft flying at night, especially one as weird looking as the F-117, that's where you're going to get your UFO sightings from. Oh, drat. Oh, well. My father actually spent some time in Rachel, Nevada as well. Met the local paranoid while he was there. Apparently he ran across, I can't remember the name of the guy, and it probably wouldn't be a good idea if I did know it to mention it, but yeah, there was this guy living there who swore he was under constant surveillance from the US military, and that he predicted that as my father left the country he would be questioned about where he'd been and what he'd been doing, which didn't happen. Because to be honest with you, I seriously doubt the US military has that much interest in some tinfoil hat's paranoid ramblings. And if they were, you probably wouldn't know about it. But tell you what, if anybody is ever in the region, it's worth a drive. It's not far from Vegas.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
That whole region is actually quite interesting, historically speaking, because of course they used to do nuclear weapons testing within sight of Las Vegas. And then you've got the whole Groom Lake history, some of which we know about. Ben Rich wrote a fascinating book about his career at Lockheed and the Skunk Works and the development of the F-117. And he talks at length about the development of the SR-71. The SR-71 story is fascinating. What's kind of amusing about the SR-71, as most people know, it was a result of 60s technology, and it was largely built out of titanium, which was a huge challenge at the time. Nobody had really worked with titanium to that extent. The problem was getting hold of the titanium itself, and there were several problems with the titanium they got. The quality was extremely variable, so they had to come up with ways to get what they wanted. But it turns out the primary source of that titanium was actually the Russians. And so they arranged to get titanium through the Russians, through the CIA, and various shell/shadow companies. Now, what's kind of interesting about that is it was around about the time that the SR-71 was being developed. The Russians were developing the MiG-25. The purpose for the MiG-25 was to intercept U-2. And it was very, very fast. Mach 2.3 or something like that. But the Russians, despite providing titanium for the SR-71 project, albeit unbeknownst to them, didn't know how to work with titanium in aircraft, so the MiG-25 was largely built out of stainless steel, and I can't remember what else, because they didn't figure out how to work with titanium. Obviously they did later, but it is an interesting little mixture of stories there. That while they were providing titanium to the United States for the SR-71, they couldn't figure out how to use it themselves on the MiG-25 project. Now, having said that, the Russians, of course, did go on to figure out how to use titanium, because the Alpha-class submarine was had a titanium hull, so they did catch up. MiG-25's kind of interesting. Apparently you couldn't run the aircraft at the jet engines at full power, because you would create a runaway condition which would essentially destroy the engine. So they were supposed to keep the speed down. It's actually kind of amusing. I don't have a connection, of course, with any of the projects, but oh grief! When I first arrived in the United States and I was essentially living out of a hotel, I met this guy in a hotel, in the bar, or a hotel bar, I should say, who basically told me that the UFO abductions were essentially payment by the American government to the aliens who had provided stealth technology. Now, it is actually well documented, and in fact I believe you can actually go and find the necessary papers. The science behind stealth technology was actually, I won't say invented, the equations behind stealth technology were actually developed by a Russian. And I can't remember when he wrote the papers, but it was before the 1950s/60s. It may have been back as early as the 1930s. But this Russian, whose name I've forgotten,
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
had basically come up with all the equations that were used to build the F-117, but the Russians themselves weren't particularly interested. However, a incredibly talented mathematician/engineer at Lockheed, at the Lockheed Skunk Works, read the paper in Russian and realized they could use it to build an aircraft that would essentially deflect radar. So no, aliens didn't give us the technology, mathematics and scientists did. To be precise, a Russian scientist and an American engineer. Trying to remember the name of the engineer who uncovered this Russian's equations. I just don't remember. Yeah, sorry. Apparently the Russian scientist who actually came up with these equations, I believe he eventually made it to the United States, but anyway, he did in fact meet up with Ben Rich, who was the, I want to say, project manager for the SR-71 and the F-117. I'd have to look up and confirm. Yeah, he did meet up, I think it was with Ben Rich, and basically said, the Russians just weren't interested in my equations. So in principle, if the Russians had realized what this gentleman had come up with, they could have developed stealth arguably before the Americans did. But didn't happen that way. Yeah, but then the whole aliens gave us the technology thing, in return for alien abductions which have never been substantiated. Well, seeing as I'm talking about alien abductions, turns out a lot of the descriptions of alien abduction experiences are technically sleep paralysis, and sleep paralysis is a fairly well documented phenomenon and has been around for thousands of years in humans. We've got accounts which can be translated, interpreted as sleep paralysis experiences going back as far as the Romans at least. And back then they interpreted sleep paralysis experiences as visitations from what effectively we'll call them demons, though it's more nuanced than that. And then, of course, I don't know about experiences through the ages, but essentially, sleep paralysis and your experiences during it reflect the society of the time. So, after the aliens, the post-World War II UFO sightings became such a prevalent part of Western culture, especially American culture. That's when people started interpreting their sleep paralysis experience as alien abductions. I remember you used to be able to get insurance against being abducted by aliens. I doubt anybody ever paid out, any insurance company ever paid out as a result. Because it was simply, how would you, it was simply impossible to prove. And by the way, that doesn't mean I don't think aliens could exist. I think it's entirely likely that there's life elsewhere in the universe. In fact, I would say it's extremely likely that there is life elsewhere in the universe. I'd be amazed if there wasn't. Don't know about intelligent life. That's I'd be amazed if there wasn't. But at the moment, we simply don't have any evidence for it. Well, that was a digression I didn't intend to make today. Oh, last trip. Wow, I have 26 people watching on YouTube. Hello, 26 people watching on YouTube. Hope everything is going well for you. Right. One last trip. And 20 rounds later, I have secured myself a relatively safe patch of ice and a relatively safe island, which won't last more than 2 or 3 days. Oh no, that's a fire. I did check that out, didn't I? This is always the tedious bit, having to carry.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, yes you can. This is oh dear. Don't line up your sights and pick up. That's always so embarrassing, and I've done it twice today. Still, I've still got 80 rounds of revolver ammunition. Plus another 24 in the garage. And if I ever really, really want to, I can always go back to the cannery in Bleak Inlet and reload everything. But hopefully I won't have to do that for a while. Still, if I see any dead wolves on the ice, I'm now in a good position to retrieve them, because the skins are always handy. And if I can find ptarmigan, then I may have to cheat. I don't know if there are ptarmigan in the coastal highway, but I need 6 ptarmigan for my latest trade with can't remember his name, the trader. I've got an upcoming trade for 5 rounds of rifle ammunition, which I technically don't need, but At some point I think I can unlock a trade for pemmican, which would be very handy. Right, let's put that away so I don't accidentally shoot my...
All this gear is slowing me down.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit slow. Let us go and see what we can do with this meat box. And we'll stick this here. Splat. I imagine there was a sort of splatty noise there. So let's harvest the meat and see if I can stuff 20 kilograms of I need 4. Oh. So I can, in principle, I should be able to stick half my bear, more or less, into this. Alright, now what do I do? Alright, does anybody know how this works?
Slow me down.
Okay, how do you put... Excuse me, I'm going to have to cheat on this one. Long dark meat curing box, okay. No, that's not helpful. How do you put... I've definitely got the meat curing box. Tips. Curing time, salt placed inside the box. Curing. When raw meat or fish are put in the box, they start to cure. Okay. How do I put... This is odd. How do I... I mean, the only option I've got is to drop it, which is irritating. Ah, wait a second. Is there something here? No? I really need... How do I use this thing? What am I missing? I'm looking at the wiki and it just says when raw meat or fish are put in the box. Okay. Oh, this is slightly odd. Okay. No, that's not it. Is there a limit to... That's... Alright, that's crafting. That's cooking pot recipes. That's cooking skillet recipes. That's... Oh, I know. Let's try this.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
No, no, and no. How am I supposed to use this thing? I mean, that is it. Actions, backpack, drop place. It only gives me the option to drop. Alright. Okay, that does work. I mean, do I just drop it? No, that's not it. I mean, there's no options, there's no drag. The only thing this... It says it's a decoration, but when you drop...
Carry this load for much longer.
How do I use it? This is really irritating. All right. Cannot be placed outside. Why is my only option... Oh, I wonder. No, that can't be right. Place. Ah, okay. Starting to get it. Alright, so now I have the option to place. Okay. You have to place it, which means, okay, alright. Yay! Hey, okay. Got it. Getting somewhere at last. That was not the most intuitive thing I've ever done, I have to be honest. place. You have to place it. You have to go into edit mode. Then you can place it. Then you can use it.
Feels like a lot of gear.
What's that? Oh, that's my pry bar. One of my pry bars. Look at this. Yes. Ah, thank goodness. I was starting to think somehow I had missed out on something, but nope. I think the expression is yay. I wonder if I can stick my rabbits in. Just to bring it up to the 20 kilos, you know? Right. It's not worth putting the rabbits in, really. 19.68 kilos. Yeah, that's all right. Progress. Progress. Now I'll step outside and get trampled by a moose. That would be... You're not over there, are you, Mr. Moose? No, you're not. That would be embarrassing if it was. Collect some firewood, because tomorrow I've got to cook up this stuff, which is fine. Now I want another meat curing box, but I definitely don't have enough salt for that. We have progress. Definite progress. And I had a thought, didn't I? I should be careful about having thoughts. What was my thought? If anybody remembers what my thought was, please let me know. So, wolfskins cooking. I think I can actually eat the rancid meat, but it's a bit early for him to sleep, really, but we will. And why am I carrying the jerky around? He's had a long, hard day hauling half a bear around the ice and shooting it out with wolves. Yeah, I can get rid of that, seeing as I now know how to use it. Hang on, what am I doing? Oh, yes. What am I doing? Oh, sleeping. And I am actually coming up towards the end of this live stream, but I am going to see, before I do that, there's a few things I want to try doing first. You get a bit of a bonus. Hang on, where's the... Oops. That's what I wanted. Because now... do I have... yeah, I do. Hang on. Don't think I need that much. Let's see if it's light enough for me to craft my beloved rabbit skin hat. Yay! I think that's my third rabbit skin hat now. Progress. Let's go and have a quick look and see if I can... oh, I need some more water. I would like to quickly go and see if there's any spare wolves around that aren't doing anything. And I'm running out of water here, so at some point today I will need to make more water. Assuming it's not blowing. It's not... assuming it's not blowing a blizzard. Let's go see if any of those wolves died in sufficiently convenient locations. I think there's one way over there. Can't tell. I think when I left that hut and got lost in... hang on. No, it wasn't there, was it? I was... where was I? When I... anyway, yeah. The direction I ended... and during the blizzard, the direction I ended up heading out in was obviously over that way. Not the best move in the world. You can see where I butchered stuff on the ice because I tend to leave fires behind, but I should be moderately okay. I think there is another pack of wolves behind the island. Now this is almost certainly, one of them is probably going to be a fire. Yeah, that closest one is a fire. I think. And the other lump, we shall see. Oh, don't tell me that's another fire. No, don't think it is it? You know, it's kind of interesting. I think this game actually puts more load on my CPU and GPU than Green Hell does. And Green Hell looks a heck of a lot better. I would be very interested to see what Hinterland could do with an updated graphics engine. I will be fascinated next year when we get our first actual in-game look at it, what Black Frost looks like. See, I mean, they may stick to the same graphic style, I suppose. I think Green Hell, if Green Hell doesn't use Unreal 4, the game engine is using something similar. I think the Forest uses Unreal 4. The two look quite similar. Well, there's another one. Oh, that's right. One of the wolves was actually far out on the ice, and do I want? You see, I don't. Do I want the meat? I can always come back. I think I've got more than enough bear meat, so I've got more than enough guts. So I just want the. Because yeah, the thing is, it still counts. I still find it quite fascinating that pelts don't smell. Guts do, but apparently pelts don't. Still, that's two. I would be most disconcerted if I came around the corner and the bear suddenly popped up. That would be irritating. I know, it's not, it shouldn't, it's not due to. But given that I am approaching the bear cave, you know. Yeah, there's the bear cave. Once found the bear after I shot it, more or less. I think it actually had died pretty much right here, as I recall. But I've checked it out previously. I think I've checked out the backpack. Yep. Okay. We'll just do a quick check. So that one I've got. Those two I've got. I mean, you'll note I've shot 3, maybe 7 wolves, and I've managed to pick up, I think, 3 or 4 pelts. That seems to be... That's actually pretty good for me. The wolves go galloping off into the far distance and tend to be very hard to find. Best outcome, of course, is when they drop dead right in front of you, but it's been a while since I had that. There was a dead wolf on the thin ice over there. I was not inclined to go after it. It was, yeah, I don't feel like falling through the ice again. And I'm not seeing any other dark lumps. At some point I probably ought to go after more rabbits to make sure I've got enough pelts. Oh, yeah. A for trading and B for repairs. That would be very useful. Ooh. Did one of them make it this far? I'm looking at that pixelated thing in the center there. Trying to remember, I have been up there, haven't I? Yes. I think you can repair the things. I might do that just for fun. Or is that a fire on the... No, that's a fire, isn't it? Okay, so... we shall start winding this down. I will head back to the garage. Oh. Nope, there is still one. I was getting a little bit too blasé about just wandering around out here, and there is another one. I must... Obviously, I must not have hit it. Well, I'm not too stinky, so... Although, what am I carrying? 2, 3 fresh wolf pelts? I imagine those would create quite an odour. Actually, I wonder if he's part of a different pack. Group, I should say, seeing as they're not timber wolves, even though technically it would be still part of a pack. Wonder if I should put alien abductions as a hashtag for this. Sorry, not a hashtag, a tag. I think I haven't talked about alien abductions before, I don't think, have I? I have talked about cryptids. I might resurrect that little chat at some point. Cryptids, things like the Loch Ness Monster. And Bigfoot. I feel guilty about not harvesting the meat, but I did head out specifically for the capes. Hello. Right. Well, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you've been hanging around a while, why not leave me a like? Because if you've been hanging around a while, it must mean that you're not hating what you're hearing, or watching, or both. And if you're not hating what you're hearing or watching or both, why not do me a subscribe as well? Is that the correct expression? Anyway, I will be back tomorrow, 9 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, most likely, and we shall continue. Hope you all have a very good day and a good week. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all next time.